with Mr. Thomas.
Max, are you excited? Then let's begin. Chapter 15, Exercise 5, Solving Log Equations. We've been looking at logs in the last couple of exercises, and what we're going to do now is use the log lessons that we learned about in the last lesson to help us solve equations that involve logs. So, example 1, solve the following equation. Log base a of x plus log base a of 5 equals log base a of 40. First thing you want to think about, well, we've got a log base a of x plus log base a of 5. So Hannah, what do you notice? Good, the base is the same, and if the base is the same, what can you do with the x and the 5? So Hannah, good, you multiply them together. So bring this side together so you get log base a of 5 times x, or 5x. And that equals log base a of 40. What you want to do now? Well, you need to get rid of logs. To do that, well, the inverse of log is an exponential, so you would take the exponential base a of both sides. So you'd have a to the power of log base a of 5x equals a to the power of log base a of 40. Really, from that, well, you've got log base a and you've got exponential base a. One is the inverse of the other, so they will cancel out, leaving you with 5x and 40. From there, if 5x equals 40, x is going to equal, you got it, well done. Let's try the next one. Example 2, solve the following equation. Log base 2 of x take away 3. Take away log base 2 of x plus 4 equals 3. What would you do with this one? Sammy, first of all. Good, it's log base 2 and log base 2. The base is the same. You are subtracting. So, what would you do with the x take away 3 and the x plus 4? Sammy? Good, you divide them. So bring them together so you get log base 2 of, and then you've got x take away 3 divided by x plus 4. And that obviously equals 3. Just leave that as it is. We need to work out the value of x. What would we do from here then? It's written in the log form. It's difficult to work out. Anybody see a way forward? Good, Mary Lou, perfectly right. Rewrite this in exponential form. So think base, bottom, top. Look back to the lesson on logarithms if you're unsure about this. But to take the number that's the base, so here is log base 2. Draw a line at the bottom across to the other side. So rewriting this in exponential form, it will be 2 to the power of 3, and that will equal, draw a line at the top across to the other side, and we're left with what's in the brackets here. So we can rewrite this as 2 to the power of 3 equals x take away 3 over x plus 4. So that's it rewritten in exponential form. From there, what would you do next? Good, obviously 2 to the power of 3 is 8, so you'd bring in 8 there rather than 2 to the power of 3. And then from there to solve x, well, multiply both sides by x plus 4. That gives us x take away 3 equals 8 times x plus 4. And then from there, well, you're back to an equation which you've been solving for years. Multiply out the brackets, so x take away 3 equals 8 times x, and 8 times 4, so you get 8x plus 32. If you bring the x's together, bring your numbers together, you would get 7x equals negative 35, and divide both sides by 7, so x would equal negative 5. Example 3, solve this equation. A half log base 2x, take away log base 2, 3 equals 1. So for this one, a little bit trickier. You can't just think, right, we've got the same base, I've got the same base, so multiply the 3 and the x together because you've got this half in front of log here. So what could you do with this half? First of all, what would you have to do? Good, you're wanting to move that up and make that an index on the x, so it'll be x to the power of 1/2. So apply that rule. So you've got log base 2 of x to the power of 1/2. Take away log base 2 of 3 equals 1. From there, you've now got log base 2 and log base 2. You don't have any numbers in front of it apart from really 1. So now you can think, right, well, I'm subtracting here, which means I'm going to divide. Good. So that will become log base 2 of x to the power of 1/2 divided by 3. And that equals 1. Again, from there, it's difficult to work out, so rewrite it in exponential form. So think base, bottom, top. So start with the base. The base is 2, so it'll be 2 to the power of 1, and that will equal x to the power of 1/2 over 3. Obviously, from there, 2 to the power of 1 is just 2. We've got x to the power of 1/2 here, and we've got divide by 3. We need to get rid of this divide by 3, so multiply both sides by 3. So in other words, x to the power of 1/2 would equal 2 times 3, 6. From there, x to the power of 1/2. What does the power of 1/2 mean, Connor? good. It means the square root. So really the square root of x is 6. To get back to x, then undo the square root by squaring that side. Take the right hand side, square that as well. So x would equal 36. Woo! Example 4, solve for x, but we want x to be bigger than 0. So for this one, log base y of 2x plus 1 plus log base y of 3x take away 10 equals log base y of 11x. So first thing we want to do, well, there's no numbers really in front of logs, so we can just go straight into applying the rules where if you've got the same base, then you can take the 2x plus 1 and the 3x take away 10 and multiply them together. So we get log base y of the 2x plus 1 times the 3x take away 10. From there, well, I suppose we could multiply it with brackets, but really what we want to do is we want to get rid of the logs. We've got logs on both sides. So to do that, well, because it's log base y, let's take the exponential to base y of both sides. So we're thinking we'll then have y to the power of log base y of all of this equals y to the power of log base y of 11x. From there, the whole point in doing that was we've got an exponential base y and log base y, one's the inverse of the other, so they will cancel out. So y and log base y here cancel out, leaving us with 2x plus 1 bracket 3x take away 10, and y and log base y cancel here, leaving us with 11x. Yeah! From there, multiply out the brackets. So 2x times 3x, 2x times negative 10, 1 times 3x and 1 times negative 10. That will simplify to become 6x squared take away 17x take away 10. That equals 11x. Subtract 11x from both sides, so 6x squared take away 28x take away 10 equals 0. From there, Valley, what would you do? Factorize. Good. Take out highest common factor first of all. Remember, always look for highest common factors. Highest common factor here is 2. So we'd have 2 bracket 3x squared take away 14x take away 5, close bracket, equals 0. After that, think difference of two squares. Well, obviously this isn't difference of two squares. It's going to be factorising your quadratic or your trinomial. So if you factorise 3x squared, take away 14x, take away 5, put that into two brackets. That's 3x plus 1 bracket x take away 5. Don't forget to include that too. And from there, because it all equals 0, it means either the 3x plus 1 equals 0 or this x take away 5 equals 0. From that then, well, if 3x plus 1 equals 0, you can easily solve that to find the value of x. Subtract 1 from both sides, divide by 3, so x would equal negative 1/3. And if x take away 5 equals 0, well, x would obviously equal 5. Would that be the answers then? Good. Few people happy. Ooh, see some unhappy people. Why are you unhappy? Yeah, because x is bigger than 0, so it means x is not going to be negative 1/3. It means the answer will be x equals 5. Make sure whenever you finish a question, go back and read it. First of all, before you move on. Just make sure you have answered it. Next one. Example 5, let f of x equal x squared take away x plus 10. Let g of x equal 5 take away x. And h of x equals log base 2 of x. First part, find expressions for h of f of x and h of g of x. And b, hence solve h of f of x minus h of g of x equals 3. So, solutions for part A, h of f of x. So, start in the middle, f of x. Well, f of x is x squared, take away x plus 10. So we're wanting the h of x squared, take away x plus 10. We're just replacing f of x with what it's equal to. From there, it means in function h. So we're looking at this function here, look at function h, and what we're doing is we're replacing the x with x squared take away x plus 10. So on the right hand side, wherever we see an x, replace it with x squared take away x plus 10, which will give us then log base 2 of, and then we've got, instead of x, x squared take away x plus 10. And that will be h of f of x. After that, h of g of x, again starting in the middle, g of x, replace g of x with what it's equal to. G of x is 5 take away x, so we want the h of 5 take away x. Again, it means we're looking at function h. Here's function h. Again, we're replacing the x with 5 take away x. So on the right hand side, replace x with 5 take away x, which will give us log base 2 of 5 take away x. And that's the answer for part A. Part B, hence solve h of f of x minus h of g of x equals 3. So for this one, this is our answers just from the last page. We worked out h of f of x, we worked out h of g of x, and all we want to do now is sub them in here. So you can replace h of f of x with what it's equal to, replace h of g of x with what it's equal to from the last page, and that's equal to 3. We want to solve, so in other words, we want to find the value of x. So how could we find the value of x? Freddie, what do you do? Good, because it's log base 2 of and log base 2 of. They're both log base 2. The base is the same. We're subtracting, which means we can bring them together. So it's log base 2. And then you would divide. So x squared take away x plus 10 divided by 5 take away x. And that would equal 3. Well done, Freddie. From there, how would you go about working out the value of x? What would you do next? Zayad, help him out. Good. Think about this in exponential form. You need to rewrite it. So, start with the base, think base bottom top, so it'll be 2 to the power of 3, and that will equal what's in the brackets. Base bottom top, start with the base, draw a line at the bottom to the other side, so going to exponential form, it'll be 2 to the power of 3, and then draw a line at the top, back across, and you're left with the brackets here. So 2 to the power of 3 equals x squared take away x plus 10 over 5 take away x. From there then, well, 2 to the power of 3, I'd probably just write that as 8, and also I'm multiplying both sides by this 5 take away x to get rid of that fraction. So take away x with x squared take away x plus 10 equals, that becomes 8, and then I'm multiplying it by 5 take away x. Multiply with the brackets on the right hand side, that becomes 40 take away 8x. To solve that, what would you do? Good, move every single term over to the left hand side, so that all equals 0. From there, once it equals 0, you've got x squared, you've got x, you've got a number equals 0, so you know you would factorise. Highest common factor? Well, there isn't one. Difference of 2 squares? What's 3 terms? It's definitely not that, so it's factorising your quadratic. So factorising, double brackets, you're going to have x plus 10 bracket x take away 3. Once you get that, just double check. X times x is x squared. You'd have a take away 3x plus 10x, which gives you 7x, and 10 times negative 3 is negative 30. So double check that when you get to that stage. If it equals 0, then you know x plus 10 equals 0, or x take away 3 equals 0. If x add 10 equals 0, x would equal 10, and if x take away 3 equals 0, x would equal 3. So we've got two answers there, x equals negative 10, and x equals 3. Example 6, solve. 5 to the power of x equals 4. Correct to 2 decimal places. Anybody have any ideas for this one? Yeah, this is difficult because x is our index. If we think 5 to the power of 1 is 5, 5 to the power of 2, 5 squares, 25, 5 to the power of 3, our number's getting bigger. When it's equal to 4, it's difficult to work out. We're going to have some decimal somewhere. Obviously it says so many decimal places, but we need to work out this value of x. When we did this in the very first lesson in this chapter, it was just using trial and error to work it out. But here is how you would solve it using logs. So the problem is that x is an index. What we really want to do is we want to have it not as an index. So we can apply our log rules to bring this index down. So doing that, we need to take the logs of both sides. So to apply the log rules to bring the index down, we first need to involve logs. So take the log of both sides. What you'll notice on your calculator is that it has a log button. It should look just like this. And that is log base 10. So you take log base 10 of each side. So we've got 5 to the power of x equals 4. Do the same thing to both sides so it remains equal. So we'd have log base 10 of 5x equals log base 10 of 4. We're just applying logs of both sides. The whole point in doing that is one of the rules that we learned in the log rules lesson is this. Log base a of x to the power of n equals n log base a of x. In other words, we're bringing this index down using our log rules. So that goes in front of log. Which means we can apply that here. So we've got log base 10 of 5 to the power of x. So we can take this index and we can move it right to the front there. So that will become x log base 10 of 5 equals log base 10 of 4. Just like that. From there, to find out the value of x, well, we're multiplying x by log base 10 of 5. We don't want to do that, so undo that by dividing by log base 10 of 5. Or you can move the log base 10 of 5 over to the other side, and the opposite times by it would be divide. So x would equal log base 10 of 4 divided by log base 10 of 5, and from there you can use the calculator button. Just make sure that you include brackets in the right places. You may have to work out the top line, then press equals and then divide, and then work out log base 10 of 5, and then press equals after that again. Just make sure you are getting the answer of 0.86 to 2 decimal places. Example 7, let's try one just like that then. So another example, solve 2 to the power of x equals 150, correct to 2 decimal places. Again, you could use trial and error trying to narrow it down, but we can now apply logs to solve this. So we're starting with 2 to the power of x equals 150. Let's apply log rules to bring the index down. But to apply log rules, we need logs. So let's take the log of both sides. Remember the calculator button. The log means log base 10, so let's take log base 10 of each side. So we'd have log base 10 of 2 to the power of x equals log base 10 of 150. Remember, the whole point in doing that is it allows us to bring this index down. If we're wanting to work out the index, it's difficult to work out. So apply log rules now, which is this one that we learned about, and it lets us bring the index down to the front, just in front of log. So it becomes x times log base 10 of 2 equals log base 10 of 150. From there, it means x times log base 10 of 2. We just want to work out x, so divide by log base 10 of 2. Do that at both sides and we get x equals log base 10 of 150 divided by log base 10 of 2. Again, you're going to put that into the calculator. You may have to put brackets around the top, then brackets around the bottom. Just check though that your answer that you get is 7.23 to 2 decimal places. One last one, example 8. A formula for calculating compound interest is a equals pr to the power of n. Calculate n when a is 250, p is 100, and r equals 1.08. So this is what we're starting with, this formula here. How would you work out the value of n then? What's the first thing that you think we would do? Anybody? Brilliant, good. Just use substitution. Let's replace a with 250, p with 100, and r with 1.08. From there, we are wanting to work out this index. We know because it's an index, we can apply our log rules, so we can take logs of both sides, but we're multiplying this side by 100. We don't want to do that. So the first thing we need to do is divide both sides by 100. So you've got one number equals another number to the power of something. If you're multiplying one of the sides by a number, undo that first of all. So divide both sides by 100, and you would end up with 2.5 equals 1.08 to the power of n. So as I said, you've got a number equals a number to the power of something. From there, well, we can use our log rules to bring the index down, but to use log rules, we need logs. So let's take log base 10 of both sides. Writing it back to front then, log base 10 of this 1.08 to the power of n equals log base 10 of 2.5. What's the whole point in doing that? Well, it lets us bring this index down. So we can move the n down here in front of log. Whee! So we'd have n log base 10 of 1.08 equals log base 10 of 2.5. To get n on its own, what do? Good, you divide. So n equals log base 10 of 2.5 divided by log base 10 of 1.08. Work that out in the calculator. Be careful where you're putting your brackets. Double check that you get the answer of 11.91. That's it for solving log equations. There are quite a few questions here in the Heinemann Higher book, also some more in the Maths in Action book. Check your answers as you go, but see how you are with applying the log rules to solve equations. Best of luck and enjoy.